Hello, my dear students. So, this will be your revision class or revision session of the chapter Population Growth and Distribution. Okay. So, in our last sessions, already we have discussed the questions, some of the very probable questions which may come in your exams, and already I have given you in the PDF format also in our WhatsApp group, in our geography WhatsApp group. And now in this session we will discuss about some kind of we will do some kind of revisions of the entire chapter. Okay, now what is the chapter? It's population growth and distribution. Okay, so what do you mean by now population in the geographic term means what? It's a quite large mass of people within a particular geographic territory. Okay, within the boundary, when there will be the mass of people, then the entire mass of people can be termed as what? Population. Yes, and population, and then what? Growth means what? When we will see in a the quantitative aspect, then when we can see with our naked eyes, when we will we can do some kind of perceptions with our eyes, the outer, the the measurements, that it can be it can be increasing or it can be decreasing. The entire pattern, it can be, say, in simple terms we can refer as growth, is it? And distribution means what? The scattering or the spreading over the surface of the earth. That means what? The population which can be or which are spreading over the surface of the earth. Is it clear? Now this is what population growth and distribution. So suppose if the question may come, explain the various causes of population growth. Now what are the main causes of the population growth? The poverty. Yes, so poverty, so poor people often prefer to have many children, isn't it? So particularly male children, with the view that they can enhance the family income. Yes, so since poverty is mostly prevalent in developed countries or developing countries. Yes, in which part of in which countries we can say much of the poverty? Obviously in the developing countries and underdeveloped countries rather than developed countries. Okay, so these countries are generally more populated than the developed countries. Is it clear? So these countries have more population rather than developed countries. Yes, so this poverty can be one of the main reason. Next, development of health education. Suppose if the health education, such as that proper childbearing, child care, nutritional requirements of infants, and to the expectant mothers also, if it will be no any kind of sound health education, then obviously, then due to some kind of ignorance, due to some kind of illiteracy, the infant mortality rate can that infant mortality rate, it can be that it can be grow in a high level or it can be decrease in a high level. Okay, so this can be also this resulted into the growth of population, some kind of positive growth, some kind of negative growth. Okay, so low death rate, yes, due to the innovations of science and technologies of the what happened, that the death rate of the people have become low. At the same time, the birth rate become the increased. So as a result, what happened? The high growth of population. Next, development of transport and communication. So better transport and communication facilities also enhance the high growth rate of populations. Okay, next, failure of birth control schemes of the government. So various adaptations of the governmental schemes, they have been reflected as a failure. Why? Because the people, yes, nowadays also the people used to believe that birth rate can be it is suppose it is some kind of birth of the it is some kind of gift of the god. Okay, so this government schemes regarding the birth control measures has also been failed, and which results into the high growth rate of population. Okay, next, early marriage, again low literacy rate, Yes, all we know that education is the backbone of the development of everything, and if there will be no any kind of proper education, then people will be illiterate, then people won't come to know the ill effects of high growth rate of populations. Okay, next, development of economy. Suppose now if the that rate has declined, so due to the development of economy in the most developing countries, so this is also quite resulted into the high growth rate of population. Okay, next, illegal migration. Yes, this is also one another important factor of high growth rate of population, because when the people will come from the outside foreign countries to settle in a particular country, then obviously the population will be high, okay, in that host country. That means the country which the people will migrate. Okay. Okay, so next we will say, suppose what are the problems that can be created by growing population. So the main problems that can be created due to the high growth rate of populations are lowers per capita income. Yes, so every individuals, they are earning source, they are earning, that income source can be low, isn't it? Because if the population will be high, then the earning source can be low in that particular area. So it also affects in the agriculture, as the per land holding capacity of an individual will become less, because when the people will come from the outside countries, they will settle in that particular host country, then ultimatum what happens, that it directly affects in the agriculture systems. Okay, because if there will be less land, then where the people will do cultivation, isn't it? So next, causes unemployment. Yes, one of the highest challenges of overpopulated countries is the problem of unemployment. So this is quite, now it has been increasing in a day-to-day extent. Okay, so and this unemployment leads low standard of living, social class, communal violence, then regional disparities, etc. Yes, next, hindrance overall economic growth. It quite, this high growth of population always hinders means what, obstruct in the economic growth of a particular country. Next, causes of food shortage. Yes, if the high population will occur, then many of the overpopulated countries have to spend good deal of their income for importing good grains. Yes, for importing food grains. That means what, if we will have high population, then obviously our limited resource can't able to meet up all our demands and needs, isn't it? For that purpose, we have to import food grains also from the outer foreign countries, and this will completely imbalance overall the economy of a particular country. Yes. So next, causes social unrest. So one of the very primary reasons for migration of people due to urban centers from the rural areas is due to the high population, and this always causes some kind of social problems leading to communal clash and social unrest. Is it clear? Okay, so these are some kind of the this what these problems that can be created due to high growth rate of populations. Is it clear? So next we will discuss about, I think I have given you the questions also. Okay, so what do you mean by now the population density? So by the word population density means what, the when the ratio between the total area of a place and the total population of that area. Okay, population density means what, the ratio between the total area of a place and the total population of that particular area. Is it clear? So it can be calculated. Suppose density of population is equal to what, total population divided by total area. Is it clear? How can we calculate the density of population? When the total population of that particular area can be divided, or it will be divided by the total area of that particular area, then we can get the density of population. Is it clear? Okay, so next is what you see, very important questions I think I have given you in our PDF format also, that the factors which are responsible for the density of populations are geographical or physical factors and socio-cultural factors. Okay, in geographical or physical factors, we can say physiography, climate, availability of water, availability of mineral resources. Yes, So these are quite very, these are quite physical factors or geographical factors. So these factors can lead to high density of population, because where the people will find good availability of water, availability of mineral resources, the climate will be good, physiography will be good, then only the people will reside there. And when the people will reside there, obviously the density of population will be more. Next, cultural factors such as transport and communications, urbanizations, trade and commerce, then we can say administrative headquarters, educational centers, then impact of religious and places of historical site also. Yes, because already we have discussed that transport and communication is one of the root cause of high growth of population, at the same time a high density of population. Is it clear? Urbanization means what? The process of transforming a rural area into an urban area. Yes, the process of transforming a rural area into an urban area is termed as what? Urbanization. And when there will be much more urbanized areas, then the process of urbanization will be increased. Yes, and people often much more fascinated to that particular urban areas. Is it clear? Okay, so these are some of the very important questions. Next we will come to suppose okay, so suppose the influence of physical and cultural factors in the distribution of population in the world. Okay, physical factors, as already I have told you, same distribution of population in the world. What refers? River valleys, where the people will be fine, a fertile area, availability of water, especially in the river valley areas we find these sort of things. So people must much more quite fascinated to settle in the river valley areas. Yes. Next, soil type, where there will be good soil, people will go there, people will go to that particular place for the cultivation purpose. And where there will be harsh type of soil, infertile soil, then people will be less fascinated due to for this what? Cultivation purposes. Okay. Then climate also, monsoon and Mediterranean type of climates are much more favorable for cultivation purpose, and that's why, and for the living purpose also, and that's why much more populated countries or populous countries we can find in this monsoon type of climate and Mediterranean type of climate. Okay. Next, availability of water, availability of mineral resources, all these things are quite same. Next, cultural factors, again transport and communication, urbanization, trade and commerce, administrative headquarters, educational and religious centers, etc., etc. Is it clear? Okay, so next we will proceed. What do you mean by now? Migration. Okay, so migration means what? Moving from one place to another for temporary or for permanent basis. Yes, so what are the now causes, what are the types of migration? Emigration and immigration. Yes, emigration means what? This, when the people will go outside to a particular country, then this process is known as emigration. And immigration means what? When the people will come from outside of the country to live in a particular country, this is known as what? Immigration. Okay, that means intranational migration and international migration. Okay. Next, causes of migrations, nature factors, economic factors, political factors, social factors, etc. Is it clear? Next, the forces of migrations or the factors responsible for the migrations are what? Push factors, pull factors. Push means what? Whenever the people will be are quite bound or are quite compelled to leave their native land and to go to a particular foreign land or some kind of other land for the settlement purpose, to reside. Is it clear? Such as we can say geopolitical problems, such as we can say border issues. Yes, again we can say some kind of political unrest. Yes, some kind of, now we can take a good example. Suppose now in this flood situation, we can say, suppose most of the people from Majuli, they left their homeland Majuli, isn't it, and they used to come to this side. That means what? In our south bank of Brahmaputra. Why? Only to reside here, to settle here, because there are natural hazards, that means flood, it quite affect them a lot. Is it clear now? Next, we can say the changes of migration, changes due to migrations. What we can elaborate? Suppose change in the population size, change in the demographic structure brings about socio-economic problems. Okay, so when the population size, obviously, when the migration will takes place, the size of the population will affect a lot. Yes, suppose if now in Assam context, suppose if there are a very quite less number of people now, if the that illegal migration will occur continuously from suppose Bangladesh, or basically from Bangladesh, or from the neighboring countries or the neighboring states also, then obviously what happen, our the total number of population of Assam will be increased. This is what quite some of the changes in the population size. Okay, next, the demographic structure, suppose death rate will be changed, then birth rate, death rate will be changed, age composition will be changed, then literacy rate will be changed, religious composition will be changed, isn't it? So these are quite some kind of demographic structures. Next, socio-economic problems such as pollution can be created, racial, communal clash, religious violence, then unemployment, then congested towns, then low transportation facilities or transportation problems, etc., etc. Is it clear? So these are some of the outcomes of migration. Is it clear? Okay, so next we will see, as already I have covered up all this important matters of this chapter. Next we can okay, some very important point. Yes, this illegal migration with special reference to Assam context, this is very important, as I already told you. These are some kind of very burning issues regarding Assam. So in board exams it may frequently ask, it can be asked. So suppose you in that particular question, what you have to write, that what are the effect of migration in Assam, okay, and what are the, with special reference to Assam context, that especially you have to mention about that illegal migration from the Bangladesh since the long past years, and what are some of the very ill effects that are quite facing the native people of Assam are quite facing due to this illegal migration. Is it clear? All these things you have to include in these answers. Is it clear now? So this much is quite enough. So we have already covered up the entire this revisions and the revision session of this population distribution chapter. And in our next session we will discuss about the human settlement. Fine. Okay, so those who have still you have not submitted your answers to me, or I just request all you just within 2 days you have to submit it to me, all the questions, all the probable important questions which already I have given in our group, geography group. You have to submit to me all the answers. Is it clear? Okay, thank you.